Have you noticed that money doesn't feel the same anymore? You're making more than you used to. You got the promotion, you put in the hours, you followed the script. On paper, you're doing everything right. But when you check your bank account at the end of the month, that familiar, creeping anxiety is still there. The numbers are higher, yet you feel further behind than ever before. It feels like you're running on a financial treadmill, moving faster and faster just to stay in the exact same place. Money hasn't disappeared, but something fundamental about it has shifted. What changed? Today, we are living through a strange collective paradox. Globally, we are more productive and technologically advanced than any generation in human history. Yet almost everyone feels a quiet, simmering financial unease. Prices feel like they're on an unstoppable upward trajectory. Salaries feel like they're shrinking, even when they go up. Saving for a home or retirement used to feel like a predictable math problem. Today, it feels like moving the goalposts into a hurricane. And to make matters worse, we look online and see an explosion of overnight millionaires, luxury lifestyle vlogs, and effortless wealth, while our reality feels entirely different. Why does money feel so heavy right now? Is it just inflation, or is there something deeper happening inside our culture, our technology, and our brains? Over the next few minutes, we're going to peel back the layers of the modern economy. We aren't going to talk about complex stock market charts or boring academic theories. Instead, we are going to uncover the hidden forces that changed our relationship with money forever. Because to fix how you feel about your finances, you first have to understand the invisible trap you've been walking into. To understand why money feels different, we have to realize that money itself didn't suddenly change overnight. The math is still the math. What changed is the environment around it. The first and most obvious culprit is the one we hear about on the news every day, the rising cost of living. But it's not just that things are more expensive, it's that the baseline cost of simply existing in modern society has skyrocketed. Think about it. A generation ago, your monthly bills were straightforward: rent or a mortgage, electricity, water, and a landline phone. Today, you still have all of those, but you also have a smartphone data plan, high-speed internet, and a dozen microtransactions disguised as convenience. We live in a subscription culture. Look at your bank statement. You aren't just buying products anymore. You're renting your life. You subscribe to your music. You subscribe to your TV shows. You subscribe to cloud storage, gym memberships, software, and meal kits. Even car companies are experimenting with monthly fees just to use the heated seats already built into the vehicle. This is what economists call lifestyle expansion, but it's happening organically just to keep up with society. When every single utility of modern life requires a monthly recurring swipe, your money is spoken for before it even hits your account. You aren't losing your money to big, reckless purchases. You're losing it to 1,000 tiny financial paper cuts. But that's only part of the story.
Shift is psychological, and it's arguably the most dangerous. Technology has systematically removed all the friction from spending. For thousands of years, money was tangible. It was a heavy silver coin. It was a crisp paper bill. When you bought something, you had to physically hand that object over to another human being. You watched it leave your possession. Psychologists call this the pain of paying. Your brain actually registers a mild form of psychological pain when you part with physical cash. It acts as a natural speed bump for your impulses. But look at how we pay today. We tap a sleek piece of plastic. We wave our smartphones over a terminal. We buy things with a single click using facial recognition. You don't even have to open your wallet. You just look at your phone and boom, you own a new pair of shoes. When you remove the physical nature of money, you remove the emotional weight of spending. Here's a surprising insight from behavioral economists. Studies show that people are willing to spend up to 100% more on the exact same item when using a credit card or digital wallet compared to using physical cash. Why? Because digital money doesn't feel real. It feels like Monopoly points. It's just numbers changing on a screen. When you swipe cash, you feel the loss immediately. When you tap a card, the transaction happens now, but the emotional and financial consequence is delayed until a bill arrives weeks later. We have decoupled the pleasure of buying from the pain of paying. And because of that, money feels lighter. Even if you manage to control your digital spending, you still have to fight the expectation trap. Before the internet, your financial baseline was determined by your neighbors, your coworkers, and your friends. If you lived in a modest neighborhood, bought a reliable sedan, and went on a nice vacation once a year, you felt successful. Your frame of reference was local, realistic, and grounded. Today, your neighbors are the top 0.1% of the entire planet. Every time you open your phone, you are blasted with images of curated perfection. You see 22-year-olds trading crypto from a beach in Bali.
You see influencers displaying designer wardrobes in pristine mansions. You see people who look exactly like you, apparently living lives of effortless luxury. This constant, unrelenting exposure creates a distorted sense of reality. Your brain doesn't naturally process that what you are seeing is a highlight reel, often funded by massive debt, rented props, or extreme luck. Instead, your subconscious interprets it as the standard. So when you sit down to look at your perfectly average, perfectly healthy bank account, it feels like a failure. You feel behind not because you lack what you need, but because you are constantly comparing your behind-the-scenes footage to everyone else's red carpet premiere. Perceived wealth has replaced real wealth. We are richer in comfort and access than almost any humans to ever live, but we feel poorer because our expectations have been inflated at a rate that no salary could ever match. Which brings us,
Modern world, we aren't just trading money for goods anymore. We are trading money for time. We live in an attention and convenience economy. Because our lives have become so fast-paced and our cognitive energy is constantly drained by notifications and work, time has become the ultimate luxury item. Think about how much money you spend purely to bypass friction. You pay extra for premium delivery so you don't have to wait. You pay a massive markup for food delivery apps because you're too exhausted to cook after a long day of screen time. You pay for ride shares because public transit takes too long. We are caught in a vicious cycle. We work longer hours to make more money, which leaves us with less time, forcing us to spend that extra money on convenience just to survive the week. Money used to be a tool to buy freedom. Today, money is the tool we use to buy back the time we lost while trying to earn it. When your capital is constantly being converted into basic survival convenience, it loses its power to build real, lasting quality of life. That is why the money feels different. It's not just buying things, it's keeping your head above water in a world that moves at supersonic. So why does money feel different today? It's not because you're bad with math. It's not because you aren't working hard enough. It feels different because the very nature of money has been engineered to be invisible, frictionless, and deeply tied to our status anxieties. We are using an ancient biological brain to navigate a digital, hyper-optimized financial landscape designed to separate us from our capital. Money didn't lose its value. Our world changed, and our relationship with money changed with it. The good news is, once you see the invisible machinery, you can stop letting it run your life. You can choose to reintroduce friction. You can delete the apps that make spending too easy. You can mute the feeds that make your life feel small. You can opt out of the subscription trap and start valuing slow, tangible progress over instant, invisible consumption. The next time you look at your account and feel that familiar ache, remember, wealth isn't about how much you can spend without thinking. True wealth is about how much peace of mind your money can buy you. I want to hear from you. What changed your relationship with money the most? Was it switching to digital payments, the rise of subscription culture, or the pressure of social media? Drop a comment below. Let's talk about it. If this video gave you a new perspective, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.